Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. It's another deadline day news update, and as you all already know, because James Pearce has tweeted, it looks unlikely that Liverpool are going to do any more business this evening. So we'll go straight into what James Pearce said. First and foremost, Liverpool unlikely to make further signings before transfer deadline day. The Reds were keen to secure deals from Monaco, attacking midfielder Lamar, Southampton centre-back Virgil van Dijk, but landing those targets increasingly looks beyond them. Is that a sliver of hope? He's not saying they're dead. Despite the player being keen to move to Anfield, Liverpool were unable to agree terms with Monaco for Lamar prior to Arsenal making a late push for the international. The situation was complicated by the fact Lamar is playing for France tonight. Liverpool had staff on standby ready to conduct a medical in Paris, but Lamar is now expected to stay at Monaco, which is, quite frankly, gutting. I'll go straight into the next story. John Cross has tweeted, Monaco also saying Lamar won't leave, all bets are off. Bang. Next one. Van Dijk. Now, this is Telegraph Sports from about 10 minutes ago. Sky Sports understand that even if Liverpool did test the waters with a query for Virgil van Dijk, they would be flatly rejected. The worst kind of rejection. It could be pretty quiet at Melwood this evening. And finally, I needed to stoke the fires. I needed to do something. I noticed that Paul Joyce hadn't tweeted for 2 hours, and he's the man when it comes to Liverpool stories. So I thought, is he working on anything? Do you know what I mean? So I tweeted him and said, you finished for the day, Paul? It's been 2 hours and you've not tweeted about LFC. I'm dying here, basically. So there you go. There's the little gift that I picked out of SpongeBob killing himself, which, you know, it is what it is. Okay. Where'd you start? Can you look for any positives? Is anybody going to give any positives? Or if I look down at my phone now and look at all those comments flying on the screen, is it all just going to be FSG out? Well, let me tell you, first and foremost, this is not the end of Liverpool Football Club. This is the start of the season. This is the end of the transfer window. That is all. We've got Mo Salah and we've got an attacking front three that have just blitzed Arsenal by 4-0 at the weekend. We've got a defence that somehow, with Moreno and Karius in goal, and Joe Gomez at right back, and Lovren and Van Dijk, and Lovren and Matip at the centre, it kept the clean sheet against the Arsenal. This is not a side that has got worse for us not making signings. This side is still good. It could have been so much better, and I wanted it to be so much better. I think it's a travesty that we've not signed a centre-back this window. I think it's mental that above all else we haven't managed to bid for one other centre-back. Just one centre-back other than Virgil van Dijk. The fact that we've not even bid for Virgil van Dijk with 5 hours left to go is killing me. I can't believe that Liverpool would not bid for a centre-half after seeing our team defend so poorly at times last season. But what I have seen this season is a team that's willing to fight together. There's a team that's willing to go out there and do everything for 3 points and for wins. And we've beaten Hoffenheim away and we've beaten Hoffenheim at home. We've scored 4 goals against them, 4 goals against Arsenal. This isn't a shit team. This is a team that can still do well. And look, it's not all dead and buried yet. There is 5 hours to go. It's looking unlikely. That's what Pearce is saying, that we're going to get any more deals over the line. But we can cross our fingers and pray to the footballing gods that something happens. It's not looking likely, as I say, and I think it's a travesty, an absolute travesty that Liverpool haven't signed the centre-back this window. But you know what who I feel sorry for most of all in all of this? It's Virgil van Dijk. The poor lad just wants to play football for Jurgen Klopp and get better under Jurgen Klopp, and he's not going to do that. Free Virgil van Dijk, will you? Goodness me, and Liverpool, just make a frigging bid. If he's the guy that you want, just go out there and make a bid. What's the harm? They could only say no. I ended up with my wife doing the same thing. I didn't think she was going to go out with me, but I asked a frigging question and she was stupid enough to say yes. Liverpool, make the bid for Virgil van Dijk, will you? Come on, 5 hours left. Let's get into some of these comments. James Pearce just tweeted. What did he tweet? Say, find out what he tweeted for me. Okay, Gary Paul, FSG out. Jason Shadoui, just Virgil van Dijk. Joe Islam, FSG. Carlisle, Bermudez, Jesus Christ, keep Sacco. Wow, we were having a talk about this before, and if Liverpool aren't going to bid for Virgil van Dijk, and they do bid for, and Crystal Palace do bid £30 million for Mamadou Sakho, what do you do? Can Klopp really reintegrate Mamadou Sakho? I don't think he can, but then I didn't think Alberto Moreno would be playing left back for us this season. I didn't think, you know, we'd I thought we'd sign James Milner, and I thought we'd play James Milner at left back, but Moreno's come in and he's done well. I didn't think Trent Alexander-Arnold was going to be as good as he is. I didn't think Joe Gomez was going to come in and do so well against Alexis Sanchez. Come on, roll the dice, Liverpool. Play a little bid in for me, will you? James Pearce just tweeted that we're unlikely to sign anyone. Yeah, we have been through that already, but thanks for getting involved. Remel Maynard, Chris, us paying 92 million could hamper Van Dijk. Yeah, get Van Dijk. I'm not asked about Lamar when it comes down to one or the other. I'm asked about Virgil van Dijk. We've got attacking players coming out of our arse. We've got loads of boss attacking players. I just want one boss centre-back to play next to Joel Matip. Okay, we've kept Coutinho. That's the most important thing. Virgil would have been nice, though. Don't panic, anyone. Jimmy, I love your positivity, but keeping a guy who doesn't want to play for Liverpool and who put in a transfer request is not the be-all and end-all of this transfer window. It really isn't, and you're a positive person. I don't mean to bring you down in any way, shape or form, but we've kept a guy who doesn't want to be here. Now, it's good because he's a good footballer, ultimately, and I think he's going to have to settle down. He's going to have to get involved, and he's going to have to prove that he deserves that move to Barcelona, maybe next season, season after, or whatever. He's a great footballer. He's a tremendous footballer. But we've just kept the player. We've not signed a centre back. We needed that centre back. We desperately needed that centre back. Frustrated all over this day is what I'm saying. Binrod Kinnear, yeah, fair enough, mate. Without Lamar and Van Dijk, do you still think we can seriously challenge for the title? Sam Lloyd. Listen, if you'd have asked me last season whether we would have got to where we got to in the league, you know, we were top before Chelsea took over and stuff. I didn't think we'd be able to play the football that we played last season, but we did. You just don't know, because the difference between us and Arsenal is we've got a world-class manager and we've got a team of players that are more than the sum of their parts, and there's not a lot of sides at the top end of the table that can say that. Right now, Manchester City are a talented group of players, but are they a team? Not yet. They can be and they will be, I'm sure, and they'll be very good. But right now, we're a fuller team, if you know what I mean. Chelsea are a good side. Tottenham are a team that are more than the sum of their parts, just like us. We can challenge, of course, we can challenge for the Premier League. Whether we'll win it or not, who knows? The likelihood is that we won't. But we've got the players, we've got the first team, we can beat the teams in the top six. We know we can beat lower down the table teams if we really try, and we've got better tools to go, and we're better equipped to go and do that this season. So of course we can. Can we challenge on four fronts? Well, that remains to be seen. It's going to be difficult. We play a pressing style of football that tires players out. Can we see better than last season? Yes. Will this team improve from last season? Yes, it will. Does it need a centre-back? Yes, it absolutely does. Is it reliant on Lamar coming in? No, it's absolutely not. Like, look, if we'd have sold Coutinho and brought Lamar in, I'd have been sound with that. I'd have been absolutely sound with that. As it stands, we've kept Coutinho. We've not bought Lamar. I'm still sound with that. Look at it. Coutinho just plays as one of those wingers if we need him to. That's the way that it is. Michael Lucy says, Michael Edwards out after one transfer window. Actually, I did the one transfer window, apologies. There's a few manx in here going a bit mental.
Mazzani said, for goodness sake, this transfer window is not a disaster. We have a killer squad. We have depth. Sit down and enjoy the successful season the Klopp is bringing us.
Yeah, that's it. Like, and we've not even talked really about the other guy. I've spoken for what, 5-10 minutes now. I've not mentioned Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and you know, we're better equipped in the centre of the park now as well, because you know we've got Lallana coming back from injury, we've got Coutinho who's looking like he's going to stay now. We've got Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, so we have improved this squad. Other teams have improved as well, of course they have, but don't lose hope that this team can achieve great things. It can, because it's got a great manager and it's got great footballers, and that is that. Liverpool's business is not categorically done, because transfer deadline day is not over yet. 5 hours. Stay with me. If you need a digital cuddle, come and find me at Mr. Blood Red on Twitter, at the Redmen TV on Twitter. You know where I am. I'll be back later on today. Good news, bad news, or if I just want to chat myself. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the Redmen TV on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next live show, which will be very shortly.